There's a brotherhood, you know, and amongst these guys. We have a great bond, which I treasure. So I'm happy that they're here and half-boiled. So I made this new album. I've been for years wanting to make a piano record. Thank you. So the backstory, I put out American Ride last year. It did very well, and I thought a lot of my dreams were realized with that album. It sounded the way I wanted a record to sound. The collection of songs was meaningful, and it was what I wanted to do when I left New York, Buffalo, years ago. And so I thought, I'll do something different, maybe the piano album. And so this summer I went in the studio and with a collection of songs and made this album called If I Was a River. And the piano, the story I'm about to tell is about the piano. 34 years ago, I don't know how these things happen. You know, it's got to be more than a coincidence. But the piano that was in the studio for me to record this album on, which I made on, I had played 34 years ago in New York City at a legendary studio called The Record Plant. Born to Run was recorded there. And this particular piano, everybody who went through there played it, you know. Springsteen, Roy Bittan, Elton John, David Bowie, you name it. And it was a great sounding piano. It still is. And John Lennon was there that night. He was recording the week we were there with Yoko. And so we're in Studio A in the record plant, and John and Yoko were in Studio C. And we were just so excited that John Lennon was close by. And I was just playing this piano. And anyway, we started the album on, I think it was the 5th of December, 1980. And on Sunday night, we're in the studio, it's midnight, and we're having a great time, and the phone rings. And it was one of John Lennon's engineers, and he said that John didn't have any guitar strings. Could he, do we have any we could lend him? So we went, John Lennon needs guitar strings, so we went diving in our bags. I came up with some strings, and I was going to put a note to John, thanks for all the music. I love you, and I thought, that's too corny. I was going to meet him. This was a Sunday night, the 7th of December, and I was going to meet him on Tuesday night, because my co-producer, Tom Panunzio, knew John. I'd worked with him in the past. So we came in on the next day, Monday. I still have the log sheet of when people came in. We were in at 4:30. John and Yoko were in at 7:30. And when we got there, his engineers told us that he played from midnight to 4 or 5 in the morning on those strings, a Yoko Ono song called Walking on Thin Ice. A great, great track, and his guitar playing on that is just so searing and edgy and just brilliant. And about 9:30, 10:30 that night, I can't remember what the hour was, but we were recording, a phone rang in our studio, and unbeknownst to me, my co-producer, Tom Panunzio, had a buddy in Jersey who collected autographs, and he said, if you get a chance to get John's autograph, they're good buddies. So Tom told the engineers, let John know that the guy who gave you the strings would love an autograph. His name is Ken. So I've got a copy of it, and John wrote, anyway, the phone call was that John was leaving the building. Maybe 10:30 or something it was, and he met him by the elevator, and John wrote on this note to Ken, thanks for stringing me along, love John. Drew a picture of his face, peace sign, 1980. Well, this was, and then he left the building, and then went home, and maybe 7 minutes later, he was shot. So we were in the studio, the phone was ringing off the hook. It was just, So 34 years later, I'm in the studio in Jersey this summer, and in the studio happens to be the same Steinway Baby Grand, this legendary Steinway. And so for me, the songs are very emotional, and to record it on that piano, I don't know how it ended up there, but it did, and I'm grateful. And I'm going to sing a song dedicated to John Lennon. Yeah! This song is called Lost, and I am lost a castaway at sea. I am lost. How the waves roll over me, that's the cost I have to pay without you. Here I am, where lions once rolled on the land. In the silence of the Lord, I am lost, washed overboard without you. Lord, my arms grow so weary. Lord, wake up, can't you hear me? Clouds roll in, I can see the boats go by through the dim. I can hear the seabirds cry, don't know why these waves get so high without you. Lord, my arms grow so weary. Lord, can anybody hear me? The night is dark, and I'm moving towards the brink.